Hello, my little piggies. Welcome to I Am a Bit of an Expert, a Peppa Pig podcast. I'm your host, Josh Chapman, and joining me as always is Matt Frost. Hey, Matt, how's it going?
Good, thanks, Josh. How are you?
I'm good. It's gotten hot here again in Melbourne. I thought summer was dead, and then we've had a bunch of hot days in a row, so I'm sort of sweating it out in the evening here. But I'm keeping cool. I've got my my beverages. I don't know about you, but
Yeah, we're good for that, mate. Yeah, it's a bit sticky here as well in Adelaide. So, yeah.
summer refuses to die.
Well, it's good. We got another good night down the beach. So, yeah, it's all
very
worth
nice.
it.
Very nice. You could put the top down like Daddy Pig.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah. Unfortunately, our Kia people mover doesn't have a moon roof or a
rag top.
A rag top? No.
So we're on the new car today. We're hitting the new car, which is which is good. So what goes down in the new car, mate?
Well, basically, Daddy Pig's beloved little red car has a bit of an issue and a mechanical mishap, and he has to take it to Grandad Dog, a favourite of ours, to get fixed, and they get a loaner, and they take that for a spin.
And thrash the hell out of it, basically.
Yeah, they drive it like they stole it.
So first thoughts in new car, more than anything, is that left-hand drive.
Left-hand drive, no seatbelts, mate.
So, no seatbelts. So this is the heady days of no seatbelts. We've got the despecialized editions, the original cuts, the episodes that we watch.
Contraband per pig now. These go for a high price on the black market.
Yeah, exactly. So if you want to see the unedited episodes, you can come to us. So yeah, they're in the car, no seatbelts, and Daddy's driving a left-hand drive. So anybody who doesn't know, in Australia and in England, it's right-hand drive. You drive on the left-hand side and you sit on the right-hand side. Is that right? Am I getting my left and rights mixed up?
You sit on the
right and you drive on the left.
Yeah, that one. Yep, that's right.
So that means that the Daddy Pig's driving a American car, or he could be driving a rest of European car. It's a bit sporty, isn't it? Maybe he's got like a sporty Italian car. Maybe he's got a Maserati or something.
Does that fit with Daddy Pig though?
No. Well, it could be a Ferrari. I don't know whether he's getting by I don't know if he's splashing it on Ferraris, is he? It's a bit sporty.
It's a little bit sporty. It's got it's got a rag top, like you said. I'm now using that word like I've ever used it before, but
like a vanilla ice.
Yep. I don't know. I don't think it quite fits with Daddy Pig.
The sports car.
They have pointed out that he does love his little red car, so
could be his. He might have had it as a young man, and he's just carried it over. It's become the family car, but it used to be a bit of a boy racer. But back in the day.
Well, perhaps that's why it hasn't got seatbelts. It's that old that they weren't mandatory.
He just said, "Oh, look, I'll have the kids, but I'm not giving up the car."
I think Mummy Pig would have put him in his place over that, but yeah.
So yeah, they're in their little red car. They're going out for a little day drive, and then basically, the car starts making a few coughs and turns and things, and then they just stop in the middle of the road. They don't even pull over, but no traffic around by the looks of things out where they are. And Daddy Pig pops the hood, and it seems to be beyond his expertise, whatever's going on with that car.
Yeah, well, he's a civil engineer or an architect. It's not really, his forte, obviously.
No. So it's yep.
Mummy Pig,
over to you.
Mummy Pig comes to the rescue and says, "Oh, look, I think we need to go see Grandad Dog."
Now, we'd sort of spoken about Grandad Dog in an episode previously that we weren't quite sure if it was Grandad Dog or Daddy Dog, and we were kind of figure out that he had the cap on, and because Daddy Dog is married to the sea, but Granddad Dog's around on the scene, so he's got the garage. He's the local car guy. So we were correct, or you were correct. You spotted it.
Yeah, I think the voice actor for Granddad Dog changes over time, though. I don't think we're at the finish point at this stage.
He's got a bit of a posh voice for a grease monkey, hasn't he? Really?
Yeah, and I don't want to spoil things for people who are watching along with us, but Granddad Dog is Grandpa Pig's very best friend. And I think when you see those two in action later on, it's not this Granddad Dog.
It's a different Granddad Dog.
It's a different Granddad Dog.
He's been quietly recast, but we've got the Granddad Dog we've got now, and they pull up to the garage, and a Granddad Dog is very accommodating. He basically just says, "No worries, I can fix that in about an hour." And then he chucks in a free hire car as well, and a complimentary car. You don't get that everywhere.
Well, actually, he says it's going to take all day, and they get a bit.
Oh, that's right, all day. Sorry, yeah.
They get a bit miffed about that because they were planning on going for a drive in the little red car. So, but yeah, he throws in the hire car, and suddenly it's okay.
And it looks like it's the blue version. I think it's the newer, it's the new blue model of Daddy Pig's car. So they look like they're quite similar looking, shape. They've got the sunroof, the rag top. Now they're on rag tops, and it looks like like the newer model basically. So they get in the car, and all of a sudden there's a bunch of fancy buttons and things.
Yeah, true. Have you had that experience yourself? Getting into how new are your cars?
We've only got one car, and we got it when we got the car before Olive was born because we knew we needed a bigger car. So I actually didn't own a car. I got rid of my car when I moved to London, and then came back carless. So I was using Kat's car when I got back, and then we upgraded the car to sort of it's like a 4-wheel drivey kind of thing, and it was about 8 or 9 years old when we got it. So it's a luxury brand car, but it was an old luxury brand car. So it's so it wasn't overly expensive, but very reliable. So we've had it for a couple of years now, and it's fine. So but I've never owned a new car. My dad bought his very first new car for the first time last year, and he just turned 60. He bought a brand new Land Cruiser. And he said, "I've never owned a new car." And I'm like, "Yeah, well, if you're going to drop some dosh on the new car." And that was a drive
fancy.
off the lot. Yeah. So I don't know. Have you ever bought a brand new car? It always, they always say you lose half of it when you drive it off the lot. But
yeah, we have but we are the most vanilla people you've ever met. Like we've got a white manual Toyota Corolla, and we bought that new. Karina, my mummy pig, haggled until the people were ready to cry. We bought that new, but that was probably just before like that real technological, it's still what I call a very basic car.
Yeah,
I hire cars all the time as part of my work, and I get in them, and I just
you're like Daddy Pig pushing all the buttons and going ooh.
Yeah, it's just like pushing buttons to start them, and just trying to find. I remember hiring one car and just trying to find out where the fuel thing was breaking my brain. So
I remember hiring a car. Well, the only time I ever drove a car in London was one time I was moving house, and we hired a van, and I had parked it. I can't remember. I parked it to get some stuff in, and I was kind of on a slope, so I parked it and I was sort of sloping down. So I was sort of pointing downwards, and I sort of had some sort of house or something in front of me. And then I was trying to reverse it, and I couldn't get it into reverse. So I was trying to, it was a manual, and I was trying to get the gear into reverse. It just wouldn't happen. And then I kept thinking I had it, but I was in fourth, and I was slowly rolling, like I was going to roll off the edge of this sort of embankment thing where the car was. I'm getting closer and closer. And I'm going, what am I doing wrong here? I couldn't figure it out. And I finally figured out it had one of those things where you have to lift. There's a little you lift on the stick.
Yep.
And then you go into, that's how you get in. And oh God, it took me about 20 minutes. I got to the point where I'm going, one more bad roll here and I'm going to be face first in this, down this ditch. So the hire cars can always be a bit scratchy. I did hire a car in Spain, and driving on the wrong side of the road with all the gears on the other side, that threw me for a bit of a turn as well.
Yeah, it's pretty tentative. Like I've driven a car in Portugal,
you go around a roundabout and then the wind. You try to indicate the windshield wipers come on or something.
Oh yeah. Kiara, our eldest daughter, her car's got European things, so when I have to, back that out and drive it back in, I have to remember the wipers are.
Well, I mean, Daddy Pig gets in the car and they're pressing all the buttons, and basically, so Daddy Pig's fiddling, he figures out there's a button to open the roof, and then of course it starts raining, and then he starts to push all the buttons to try to get the thing to close. And there's a fantastically funny moment where he pushes some button and some heavy metal basically starts playing and shaking the car.
Yeah, I thought that sounded like the Foo Fighters.
I listened once or twice to see if it was a song. I haven't got the playthrough now, unfortunately, but it was a couple of heavy riffs. It wasn't sort of your metal, your hard black metal. It was more your FM rock. But, certainly the heaviest riffs we've ever heard on Peppa Pig.
Oh, definitely. And the volume was there. They were shaking.
They certainly were. I mean, there's that clip of Peppa that people, the bright sparks on the internet do, where she plays with the radio and she's like, "I like this song," and then somebody dubs death metal or something over the top of it. But it's good to see a little bit of hard rock on the Peppa for real, rather than just some bright spark dubbing it in.
Yeah, I think. And did you notice they didn't look that disappointed with it either? The volume might have shocked them, but they didn't look like they hated it.
No, I mean, it's all cut down for time. The Peppa episodes are only 5 minutes, but who knows? They might have actually played all the way through to the end. We just didn't see it.
On the director's cut, there's a whole montage to it.
Yeah, sort of head banging in there like it's Wayne's World or something. So they get the car back to Grandpa Dog, or Grampy Dog, sorry, and he's done it already. He's fixed it. He's a mechanical genius, this man. He's got it all running.
Yeah, and I think they're a bit disappointed to leave the blue car.
Yeah, so, they seem to quite like all the gadgets and things.
Yeah, we just sorry.
No, you go, mate.
We just recently looked after our neighbours' little piggies for a period of time. So because that pushed us to critical mass, we had their people mover, which is a bit bigger than ours, and it was a bit flashier than ours. We've got very basic Kia Carnival, and we had a very flash Mercedes-Benz sort of FBI, CIA sort of cleaners van sort of thing going on, and
not bad. Yeah. Smooth ride. Well, Daddy Pig, they get the car back for the repairs, and then Daddy Pig pays him for his trouble. And I mean, I'm no expert. I don't know if the currency is the same, but it looks like about a £20 note, so that's pretty good value.
Yeah, I mean, well, I guess they're paying quid, so I guess what's the most it could be, a 50 quid note? Like, that's still a...
Yeah, £50 notes, very hard to come by.
I never had one.
When I first moved to England, I got like some pounds out before I left, so I had some money in my wallet. And I think I had £100 in two £50 notes, and I had to go to an off license to get something, which is like the milk bar. And I think one of the first place, the bloke was just going like, "What do you even?" He was looking at this thing like he'd never seen a £50 note before. They're just very rare.
Drug dealer?
Yeah, what am I doing with it? But that looks like a crisp. The color, the purpley color, it does look like a £20 note. And I tell you what, £20 for a day's work getting your car fixed. I gotta go to Grandpa Dog's garage every time.
Yeah, I mean, the 50 quid note, they're a bit like the old grey nurse here, weren't they? Like
Yeah.
never see them.
No.
But they're probably maybe they have sort of like an arrangement. I don't know.
Yeah, it could be. It could be.
Yeah.
There could be other services.
Yeah, mates rates.
Mates rates. That's a very good mates rate.
Yeah, I don't do that for my mates.
Someone who wants a bit of sparky work done. It's not a crisp £20 note for a day's work.
Well, look, I fixed my daughter's Ford Focus, put a new alternator in it the other day, and I still made her buy me a 6-pack and a creme egg. So
no favours here. No favours here. So, any closing thoughts on the new car here, Matt?
no, I like this one. It was pretty good. It was a good watch.
Yeah, it's always good one. Nice use of peripheral character there, and some fun, good little sense of humour there. I thought the stuff with the hard rock, I thought that's a show getting comfortable with itself.
Yeah, I sort of like it's hard, like, because I really love the granddad, grampy dog, granddad pig relationship later on. So it's funny
We're building
not seeing
towards
him.
it.
Yeah, it's funny not seeing him fully formed yet, but yeah, it was a good episode. So
Great. Well, leave us a review on iTunes if you like. You can follow our stuff at Peppa Pig Pod. Drop us a line. We'd love to hear from you. We're on the socials and all that kind of stuff. Podcast is ticking along quite nicely. And we'll be back next time with Treasure Hunt. So thanks again, Matt.
And thank you, Josh, and good night, little piggies.
Yeah, we're playing a tune and we're singing a song with a bang and a bong and a bang. Bong, bang, boo, bing, bong, bing, bing, bong, bangly, bongly, boo. Bong, bing, boo, bing, bong, bing, bing, bong, bangly, bongly, boo.